right. So I have updates. So let's see. For the web, let's see. For the web. Let's share the screen. Here, oh, in the website, I was already logged in as Esteban because I was trying that out.
Cool.
All right, in the web. Ah, yes. So if we go to boarding records, we can filter out boarding records. I want it to load first so we can see that it's filtered out. But we can filter things out with risk, and it shows up in the URL so things can be copied and pasted. I also put this into production. So things that I showed you before, like since about mid-February, all the changes that we talked about haven't really been uploaded to production. Like the code was done, but today I uploaded it. So things, for example, like the boardings in order, right, in date order, that I had showed you, but it wasn't on production, but now it's on production.
Great.
And so, for example, also things like, we'll wait for this to load, the agency's dashboard. If you clicked on boardings, you didn't get the boardings, but now you do. That's now in production, but I'm just going to be patient and wait with that.
Come on, charts, you can do it.
Oh, you can do it.
You can do it.
The thing is, it didn't even load the records because it'll say like loaded 85 records, and then you could scroll down past the map. So it's loading everything. There we go. So the agency's dashboard loaded. And if I go to like view boardings for Fisheries Observers Agency, it's going to come up, again, eventually with the boardings. But you can see here, which is Agency, Fisheries Observer Agency.
Oh, great.
So we'll do that. Let's see. I think I can.
Oh, Mike is joining us. Cool. Yay.
Hey, Mike. So let's see. Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Hi there, Mike. Looks like it's just going to be the three of us on this call. Bob's in Panama, and Megan, we decided to have her join another time.
Okay.
We're in the weeds still.
Yes. You see here, for example, this is 46 boarding records, and it's got everything. And in fact, there was an issue too of records where there were some like records in Texas, and you can see that that's not the case anymore. It did look like they were test records. I didn't delete them. I moved them to the Wild Aid Agency.
Okay, great.
So anyone because they were made by the folks in Namibia. And so if they're like, hey, where's my record? Because they shouldn't see it because it's on the agency. Then we could be like, oh, here it is. Like if they did it on purpose for some reason, then we can bring it back to them. But for now, I just moved them all there. And there was something else with the records that I wrote down. Yeah. Oh, so there were also all the tests. There were a lot of test boardings. So I did everything before a certain date was just moved to Wild Aid, because there were things that were very obvious that were like, they were all like the July test. It was the same day and the same information in the same boat. Again, I just moved them to Wild Aid. So these 46 boardings. So if I filter for like, let's see, we have some amber. Yeah, let's filter for like amber. Right? And you can see there's a filter and it's loading. It no longer says 46 records or however many records there were. And as soon as it has all the records, even if it doesn't have the map, it will say this many records. Oh, oops.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, 189. Oops, 189. Oh, so what happened here is it took away the fisheries observer agency, which I can actually, I think I can add back, believe it or not. And you can see the Texas, there's a Texas amber thing there. So let me do this. Oops. So we don't have a way to click to do this yet. But we do have agency, fisheries observer, fisheries observer agency.
Oh, cool.
And that should give us the fisheries observer agency stuff. So again, we don't have a way to click it, but that's just hey, if you have one, if you go to an agency, that should be a filter. That should be considered a filter, and it shouldn't go away if you click another filter.
Got it.
So we have this, and this will load, and it won't be 180 some odd. It'll be something less than 46 now. It'll probably be like 10 or something.
4, great.
4. And you can see it's all there. And the chart actually does load.
Awesome.
One of the other things was, mousing over the charts. The charts, when I updated it, stayed. So I think this was in production before, where you can mouse over to get the more information. We can add in the green ones if you want, and you can take stuff away as well. So it's a filter and it works like a filter, which is awesome.
That is awesome. Yay! Great.
So that's a big one, and I think that kind of opens up. Oops, a lot of them. Oh, it took away the
fisheries observer.
The fisheries observer agency. So once we get that actually working, you'll be able to take all this in the URL, right? You'll be able to copy the URL and send it to someone and say, here's the report. Once everything is done. And I'm going to try something. Once this loads up, I'm going to try something I haven't tried before. So fun with live demos, which is always nice, which is to add in a date filter there. And I know the next filter he was working on is the captain filter. And that's because it's a little different, because all the crew is together. There's a little check mark for captain. So there's like he's working on a get captains function to get all the captains. And then you just search the captains, not the whole crew. So you can see here, there's 33. So it's all amber and green. And when the map comes up, it will be all there. And the colors are right on the map and blah, blah, blah. So let's see if we can do everything from like February to April. Let's see if that will work out. Fingers crossed that works out. Let's see if we have the date up here. Yeah, so we've got from February 1st to today, which is null. So that should work, and I should be able to like copy and paste this and send it to you. So you can see it's just a comma and then the next thing,
cool.
Which is why I was just able to add the fisheries agency, because I know I put a comma and then I wrote out there. Okay. So we've got 2 boarding records since February.
Wow, look at that.
And fisheries observer agency, and when the chart comes up, it'll come up with 2. So that is very, very exciting.
Very exciting.
And yep. So there we go. What else? So other previous changes that we didn't see before.
I just I noticed that right under risk, the green is amber there.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. And it should be showing amber and green.
Yeah.
Oh, you know why? Because it's only 2 records because of the date filter, and they're both green. Okay, so the chart colors are weird, but we know how to fix that. Okay. The filter button says filter instead of having that weird symbol.
So is there going to be a limit as far as how many filters you can do simultaneously, or is this no, we could basically.
So for example, this is the vessel Luderitz. So we can now do like Luderitz. And again, I'm doing this live, so I don't know if it's going to work, but you can see vessel names Luderitz. Oh, I don't know if it looks like it lost the date. and the fisheries. So yeah, there's no limit. We just have to make sure that adding stuff doesn't delete other things. Yeah, it looks like the date now is gone. So yeah, at any rate, we can, those again are like easy fixes. That's just like, you know, make the URL this, add it into the URL instead of have the URL there. Oh, there were no boarding records that have that. Okay. At any rate, other things. Let's see. You know, things like the users, when we went to the users page, edit didn't show up, but activity did. And so we changed that. That's now in production. Working on getting the, So yeah, so the newest, so now you have edit and we don't have any activity thing. So now this is all in production. Everything that we talked about in the last couple of weeks is now in production.
Awesome.
So let's see. Now let's go to this. I'm going to try to share my screen. It worked before. There we go. Okay, but we're going to stop mirroring for a second because I want to share the screen first. So stop share screen. I'm sharing the whole desktop. Now I'm going to mirror it and you tell me if you see it. Do you see it? It says screen mirroring. Great. Definitely. Okay. So when I go to O-FISH, this is the iOS app. Allow using app. Instance, oops, that is right. Okay, so we're gonna log in and let's see. Yes, so one of the big ones is now you can change the photo. Let's do a live photo of my face. Hello. Okay, now we can use that photo and it shows up.
Awesome. Look at that.
That was pretty awesome. What else?
Yay.
I think, yeah, so then, you know, I'm going to submit this to the iOS store. We also fixed the unit picker. So the thing is, this build is one that's only has the photo, because I just was looking at it this morning and it's not perfect. So if there's no photo, it doesn't work. But if there is a photo, it does. So it should work enough to get things tested, but it's not quite, I didn't merge the code in yet. So for example, one of the things that was fixed was the unit picker. When you go to like catch, the unit picker here, the unit picker, yeah, oh, it's showing up here. Never mind. So I guess it must be good. It was at the bottom and now it's showing up here. But before it was showing up like down where below. Violations is. Yeah. And then what else? Oh, there were some non-user facing changes. The record is now saved every time someone changes tabs. So if there's a crash, they'll still get it. And then there was a lot of dark mode cleanup to get rid of hard-coded values. So we can save and finish later. Let's go away from @C and continue and log out. And when you log out, all the draft boardings are in fact deleted, which we did ask for. So let's just try that again and log in and make sure those the drafts are deleted. And in fact, there are no draft boardings, but my face is still there as the picture.
Yay, nice.
So we can log out of there. There are a couple of other things, okay, that that are coded that I have to test. But the code has been pretty good. Like I said, with the other one, when I get information, like I test it, and then, you know, it usually works. Like with this, it didn't work for an empty picture, but it works for everything else. So the other things that I still have to test are adding a done button to the top of the keyboard, ability to change the location, so the latitude and longitude, ability to change it by what? I think I have to look at the original issue to see if it's editing the latitude and longitude directly in the number part. And that was, you know, if they have a more accurate GPS. Removing the microphone image from search, so you can't use text to speech for that. He found a bug where after you opened the app, your profile information didn't appear sometimes. That was fixed. Oh, is this in it? Hold on a second. Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to log in again. And share again. My screen. I just tested this, and it's possible I tested it on Android. Oops, not that one. I don't want to mirror to my upstairs Roku. The kids are watching TV or something. So if I do this, let's cancel the boarding. If you log out, oh yeah, okay. So on Android, and I'll show you on Android, it actually takes you to not at sea when you log out. So you don't get that like, hey, are you still at sea if you log out?
Oh, good.
That was really annoying. So it's the log out, not at sea. Yeah. So that's for iOS. And then for Android, just getting to my notes. Oh, the big one on Android is the draft location has been fixed, which is super exciting. And then let me see. Where's my, oh, wait, that's Apple. Let's go to Android. Oh yeah, here we go. So
yeah, that was a big deal. Now I remember, because it kept changing the location after you would save a draft boarding, and then it would kind of default to where you wanted it to if you moved it to the specific location.
Oh yeah, super frustrating.
Yeah.
Especially while we're testing, because like I'm testing for my home and I really don't want that to be saved, you know, but of course, if you save the location, you want it to be saved, like if you've moved it. So all right, so let's do a draft boarding, shall we? So while using the app, so let's board a vessel. Oh, and in fact, it's going to take a little while to load my picture here, right? I should have the new picture, but it's going to take a little bit to load it. Just like it, you know, remember how it always took like a couple seconds to load the vessels and things like that. So yeah. So we're going to board the vessel, and let's board a vessel. One of the things that's coming is, you see how board vessel goes away? I have code that I have to look at that is going to make it not go away when you scroll. All right, so we're going to board this vessel, and we're going to change the location to actually in the water. So if it's in the water, we know we did a good job. So let's pre-fill. Another bug that we fixed was, let's pick, last delivery date. Now let's say I do a new business here, but as soon as I click it, I don't know if you've ever done this, right? And you're like, Sheeri's test, and you save it. And you're like, oh, but I saw the business there before. Now you can click on it and go back and actually from the list. So it used to be once you picked your business, you were screwed and you couldn't change it. Like if you picked a new business, you couldn't change it.
Yes.
Now you
Oh,
can
great. That's awesome.
forth as many times as you want, as long as you don't click. I keep clicking it twice because I'm impatient. I clicked new business once and nothing happened, so I clicked it again, and that's what kept happening. So Sheeri test, and then we could put the location of Boston or whatever. Also now, this was on the iOS app, I think. Yeah, on the iOS app, when you add the second one, oh no, here it works too. When you add the second one, it scrolls down for you. That's also on iOS too, as opposed to just if you added it, it would just be hidden underneath. What else? Oh yeah. For violations, we now have a remove violation one. So if we did something like this before and then realize, oh wait, that's not right, we can actually remove the violation now. We didn't have that before. And so let's save this draft. So we can see that we got one draft there. So let's check out that
profile picture at the top now.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it took a couple of seconds to do. Oh no, it totally was working before.
Oh man.
Oh look, we can switch location. No, it was working before. This may be, let me check what version of the code I have there, which may be the problem. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, that's the problem. All right, I'm going to build it again. So, my stuff is in the way. All right, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to, oh look, I got two O-FISHes here. This is what happens when you use some test things. Let's see, install this app. And I'm going to install this one. And we'll make sure it actually went away. Great. Okay, it's actually went away. And then I want to and run it. Come on. Make the project. Let's see, rebuild project. Can we do what I want to do? We shall see. Oh yeah, I didn't get to, 1 second. I'm just going to pull this up on the Android and see if it actually, so the problem with draft location was that it didn't, it saved it properly, but it overrode it with your own location when you brought it up. So I'm just going to check and make sure that on the iPhone, it comes up with the draft boarding. That is doing a great build. Okay. Come on. Running. Yeah, what else? There are two things. The not at sea is logged is toggled off to off so that you're not at sea. And then the logout deletes draft boardings. So what we could do is we could pause recording, and then when I have it built, I can show it again.
Okay,
and then
that sounds good.
Yeah. We can talk about the other things while we do this.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Again. Okay. While using the app. Let's go to my draft boardings. I haven't loaded yet. Or did I log out? Let's see. Okay, so I'm the right person. But again, it takes a second to load this up. So let's do a draft boarding. Yeah, sure. Word vessel. Let's go a little south now, because before when we went north. So let's go there. Let's pre-fill. And so let's save and finish later. Okay. Now I have these two. So Cuba Barco was the one we did before. Come on, you can do it. I have a location on the water.
Woohoo!
So let's delete the boarding. Okay, let's go here to this draft boarding. And huzzah, it's on the water in the south.
That's awesome.
So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna save and continue, finish later. So we still have a draft boarding. Oh, look, it got my face again. And remember, we can change my photo here too. And it works. That we showed last time.
Yeah.
But let's say I want to log out now. If I log out, it says not out C turns off automatically while logging out. And then it says you can only log back in once you have cellular service, and all draft boardings will be deleted. So you can see it already toggled my at C.
Oh,
so if you're like, oh crap, I want to cancel here, you can, because it's a separate like step. But then you can also hit yes, and now you're logged out. And you can see my pictures here. I'm all loaded up, but I have no draft boardings.
Perfect.
So we can log out. So that's all she wrote. And that's what's going to be in the new version, which is version 8.
Okay.
So the version that Esteban is going to try is version 7.
Okay.
Which should have the new country, should have Costa Rica in it.
Okay, great.
All right. So I think that's it for demos.
Great. Thank you so much. So I'm going to just stop recording, because I think that they know the updates about when the training's happening. All right.
Yeah.